Hi, this is 365 and this is a 25 days of SuBLime reading vlog. Hopefully, fingers crossed. So here are my unread for the year. I did remove Jealousy because me and Katie just did a reading vlog, buddy reading vlog. Well, I did the vlog. We did a buddy read of Jealousy, which I had been putting off for ages, and really happy I actually read it. It was great. So yeah, these are the ones that I've purchased this year and I haven't read, but there are more SuBLime titles that I haven't read yet. So I'm going to get them out of the drawers and let's see how many volumes I actually need to read if I want to read all of my unread SuBlimes for the year. I'm also going to be starting this, which is a chocolate advent calendar. When I was in the shops, they were there and they were on sale. And I thought, why not? Let's just give it a go. I'm not supposed to eat chocolate because it's got milk in it, unless it's a dark chocolate, and then I'm fine. But this is not. So we will see if I'm going to be okay. It's just a little every day, right? So this one has lots of different ones. There was a selection. There was Dairy Milks, Maltesers. So there's a few different kinds, but this is one I ended up choosing. So I'm gonna go with number 1. And it's a little bunny. Oh, it's so cute. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Isn't it cute? So yeah, this is what I'm gonna have for today, and I'm gonna start with Caste Heaven. I don't know how much I'm gonna get done today, but I am just back from work, so we'll see. But yeah, should probably take a wee picture, something cute like that. So I have finished this. I'm feeling really tired. I think I ate something and now I'm feeling like it's been a while since I had this, when you eat something and you just are like, so maybe it was food allergies or something. But yeah, I'm just toasty in bed and I'm just gonna stay here. I still have not eaten this because now I'm like, should I? Is this gonna make me feel worse? But yeah, this is it's been a while since I read this. I read volumes 1, 2, and 3 together, and I haven't read any more of it. So this is about the caste game at like a high school in Japan. Each class is given a deck of cards, and a social hierarchy or caste system is implemented depending on which card you find. That denotes your not only your identity but your position within the class or caste system. And we have had Azaza, who was the king, and he was a bit of a tyrant, and the new caste game has started, and he ends up being given the lowest rank in the class, the target, or the joker, and his wannabe, I think, Karino, has now become the king and has decided to basically sexually abuse him and make him almost like a sexual slave. And that's it. I wonder what Ogawachi did when she was like pitching this to her editor. So I'm thinking of I think having just read Jealousy, this is probably a good one to go with, because I feel like I've maybe tampered down my emotional, like my empathetic response to these things, and therefore I'm not viewing this as in any way realistic, which really helps, because oh my god, the abuse. The abuse. I mean, is it allegorical for society? Is it like metaphorical? This is what we do as humans. We do this. Yeah, we do. We do. It happens all the time. It's happening right now. And we try and pretend that it doesn't. But it's very sexually explicit, so I probably shouldn't be flicking through it. So yeah, Caste Heaven, Volume 1 was what I remembered. I think it was more shocking the first time I read it because it was so like, oh, and because I'm going into it again being like, well, I kind of know. I feel like this is fine. I don't know how much more I'm going to get read though, because I'm still tired and I want to go to sleep. So, and I'm working tomorrow as well, so we'll see how much I can get done. I'm also listening to audiobooks and stuff, so just because that's something I don't need to keep my eyes open for. Which I've got to read with my eyeballs. Oh my god. Anyway, I'm gonna carry on with this. I'll probably check in once I've read volume 2 and 3, because I'm realizing I might have 12 series. I don't have 12 volumes. How many volumes do I need to read? And divide that up by 25 days. I'm gonna have to read a lot more than just one volume a day. We'll see how much I get done. Anyway, I will check in when I've read some more. So it is almost 3. I've got to go to work soon. This is the second. I'm on my second one, but I have not read a lot of it, and I'm really kind of disappointed that I haven't managed to get as much done. It's a lot of sex. It's a lot of sex. So I'm not finished this volume, and I don't know if I'm going to get it finished by the time I get home. I'll probably want a snack, I'll probably scroll on my phone, I'll, do all those things. I'll be knackered as well. So yeah, I'm a little bit concerned I'm already behind on my own personal schedule. I do have a little sweet treat snack today. I feel like I should have one. It's Irish cream cake. It's super creamy. There's way too much cream to cake ratio on this. I had one already yesterday, but yeah, this is what I'm having. There's a little bit of extra cream and I'm just like, nice, and a wee cup of tea. Hold on, and I'll get my advent calendar for the next day. Okay, it is now day 2 and I have already spotted that this is the next one, and I'm guessing this is, oh, there we go. Oh, it's a little square lint one, just like the picture. It does look this. It does look this. So yeah, this is a nice little chocolate. I will add it to my collection because I didn't actually eat the one from yesterday. So I actually have a like I'm opening them up. Am I actually going to eat them? Yeah, I will probably take it to work with me and see if I want it, but I'm not. I don't know. I will see. But yeah, I've got a little bit of time to have a cup of tea and then read a little bit more. But so far, I'm not doing well on my, maybe one a day, maybe. So maybe I'll get 25 volumes done. Fingers crossed. I've not done too well with my challenges this year. So yeah, I will see if I'm going to be able to. But yeah, I wanted to make sure I opened this anyway. But I'll check in when I've read more. So it's actually quite late. I have finished volume 3 and it's like the 3rd day. I'm not making the progress I want to make, so maybe this 25 days of SuBLime Manga will just be 25 volumes. And fingers crossed I get the ones done that I want to. So once I finish this, I think I'll move on to the buddy read that me and Bazaar are doing for the first week. So I kind of want to get them done before the end of the 7th. But yeah, so this is the volume that I was having masses of trouble trying to get for ages, especially for a good price. And then in the end, they must have done a reprint and Sci-Fi had them, so it was good. So I have now reread all of the bits that I had already read. So everything that I've read so far, I read previously when I think it was a couple of Christmases ago actually. And so we're introduced to all of, I'm not even sure if I should flick through so much sex. So we're introduced to more of the characters. So this is Tatsumi and Senzaki, I think his name is. Karino's half-brother. And his like pressure and stress and how he relieves it and who these people are. This is like must be quite a fancy school, because I think he is also from like rich stock, and he is kind of half rich, and he's like being groomed to take over from his politician father, And then we've got Azusa, who's just the son of a prostitute. So it's kind of a bit of an odd one, this. And then, of course, you've got Kusakabe and Kuze. Is that his name? The other two. It's better to maybe look at the back when you've got these three. So these are the three main couples that we've had so far, and they're absolutely ridiculous relationships. And they're not great. They're not great relationships. And then you also got the this one here with the two of them, which is also not a good one. Like, all these people are just not good. They're just not good people. No one is a likable character out of this, and yet it's fine. I'm not. I think because it's so ridiculous, I can't take it seriously, even with all of the absolutely appalling abuse that goes on. So I don't know. I need to take my plastic off. From now on, all the volumes need the plastic taken off. I'll see how much I can get done. I am in the middle of, you can probably hear my computer in the background, editing videos. So today I was not feeling great, and also I knew I had some videos to edit. I've got a couple. And then I've got one that I was finishing off filming as well. So that's been done now. So I need to get that edited. It's at the moment it's 1 hour and 38. I'm not. This is it. It's terrible. So yeah, it's 1 hour and 38 in a minute, and I'm not really a fan of it, the length. So we shall see. I do have this to do though. So let's do the right day. I'm not gonna get this, am I? Nope. How do I get in? Oh, does it open another way? Oh, it opens the wrong way. Okay. Oh, huh? Oh, it's another square with a different, this little dog on it. So, I can't get this out. There we go. Oh my. Oh, there we go. Day 3 done. I'm still not going to eat it though. I'm going to eat maybe some toast or something instead. But yeah, I'm going to move on to volume 4 and then carry on. So I have got a lovely dinner here. I made some parsnips with honey and paprika. I've got some lemon and butter, green beans, and a fish pie. I'm a little bit on. I can talk about some of the books that I've read, but I'll do it separately because I want to eat first. And I've got another day on the advent calendar to open as well. So yeah, this is what I'm having, and it's looking gorgeous. It's going to be really nice. So I'm watching the Grand Prix. It's on a wee break at the moment. And I've got one of these. It's called a honey pomelo. And I've never had one before, but I've seen them in the shops the last couple of years, so I bought one. It's just been sitting in my fridge getting cold. I don't know. I have to do it a certain way. Apparently it's like a sweet grapefruit. I don't know if you've ever had one. Let me know. I'm going to give it a go and have this as my mid-Grand Prix snack. I'm enjoying it so far. It's been a fun start to the final Grand Prix of the year. I have now completed volume 4, 5 and 6. So I have volume 7 and 8. And yes, I'm sitting in the same spot that I was yesterday. And yes, that is the sound of my computer still doing. It's a different video though. I've been editing a lot of videos. I haven't been making the thumbnails though, so I haven't posted them on my Patreon. I will probably do like a big dump of them. I'm going to try and get thumbnails done. But I kind of want to just keep on reading. And I've got like 2 more videos I think to do, and then that's maybe me caught up for, fingers crossed, a while. Anyway, volume 4, volume 5 and volume 6 definitely move the story along, introduce some new characters, and make the stakes a little higher. We also get to know a little bit more about Karino, and it's very clear that there's more between Azusa and Karino from these 3 volumes. He's still an ass. From this last one, we get to know a little bit more about Karino's background and his psychology, and it's obvious that he is, I don't know, a psychopath or a sociopath. He doesn't understand emotions. Is that psychopath? I don't know exactly which is the right one. He looks towards other people to see what emotions he's supposed to be showing to make it easier for him to make his way through in the world, but he doesn't actually feel very much. But he has started to feel things for Azusa, even if it is just a desire for him to continue to be a dick and also to mess with him a bit. And we saw that at the end of volume 5 when it finished with them in, was it volume 5? Yeah, it was. They finished here in Kyoto. I love it when they all go to Kyoto because I recognize all the things because that's where I lived. And they finish it with a kiss, and that's like the first time they've actually kissed. Like they have sex all the time, and Azusa is very much like not enjoying it, but also at the same time he is kind of enjoying it. He doesn't like the fact that it's forced. I think if Karino had had some sort of emotional attachment to him, or he might have rejected him. But I don't know. I think they're an interesting pair because it's very clear that this was a big deal, this kiss, and then there's actual kissing, more kissing in volume 6, which is and then they have the cultural festival, and that's all. There's a whole heap of more stuff happening there. So I feel like this is just a thought experiment played out in manga form, which I do find interesting. If you are given power and you're told to play a role, I feel like it's much more so in Japanese schools than anywhere else because there's the mob mentality is stronger, I think, and there's certain ways of thinking and doing things in Japan, whereas there's more emphasis on the individual in other countries. So yeah, I don't think it would work in the UK as much. I don't think it would, but you never know. You never know. So yeah, I want to read volume 7 and 8 now. I have already opened my I did not film it. I've had my next chocolate. So yeah, I will try and see if I can read these two tonight and get my videos exported. It's good because the exporting is like taking a while, so every time there's something that needs to happen, I'm like, I'll just read another volume or another chapter or something like that. So we'll see how I get on, and I'll check in when I've finished because I will just read these two. We'll see how it goes. I still am like, how did they get to this? Because they're still kind of at this stage. And there's been another betrayal. It's not really, but it's thought of. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. I don't know how they're going to get to this stage. So hello, I am checking in. I'm going to probably eat all this cream though. I've got a wee hot chocolate with some cream. It was the last of my cream and it's melting quite quickly. So I think I'm going to enjoy it before it completely dissolves and then check in properly. So yeah, I've got some hot chocolate. I've eaten all the cream. I'm going to have to get some more because I think the squirty cream, and it's not real cream, it's vegan cream. It's probably my favourite thing about the season. And then I've got some of these, I think they were supposed to be fancy elf cookies. They were from the co-op, I got them. And here you can see I have now completed, I have read all of the volumes 1 through to 8. Shall we get into it? But I'm going to reward myself after I complete a series with a seasonal snack. And this is my seasonal snack for Caste Heaven. Something that I feel like is just going to be, well, it's kind of apt because it's like something that's just normal, a vanilla cookie, biscuity cookie that's kind of like over the top, a showy
I'm an eye fantastic, but actually all you are is a slightly more, I don't know, what's the word? Showy and pretentious chocolate chip cookie. Like you're a pretentious chocolate chip cookie. This is what this is, a pretentious. I feel like this is a slightly pretentious series as well. I feel like it started off so well. Like that's why I really enjoyed volumes 1, 2, and 3. I felt like the rest of the series was going to go really, really well. And then I enjoyed, well, I didn't really necessarily enjoy it. I liked that it was still dark in volume 4. And then in volume 5, you had that ending with the kiss. And that's where I was like, oh, okay. So because you've got this image here that you're like, okay, how are they going to get to that from here? And then it just gets worse. And then the whole thing with the Eno character, I really didn't like at all. And I know that this was trying to say something, but I'm not entirely sure it knew exactly what it wanted to say, or that it was successful in saying it. I also have to say that the art style and the artwork and everything was really great. And in the last couple of volumes, I feel like it was a little bit rushed. And I don't know if Chisei Ogawa was rushed or was feeling the pressure, because to have a series for 8 volumes is quite a lot to go through for many years. And having this, if you can hear my computer in the background, it's just taking off, don't worry about it. But yeah, I feel like the art style felt a little rushed. The story itself felt kind of rushed and also not fully formed. So I like the development of Azusa and Karino. I don't necessarily always feel like it was the most telling, accurate, oh no, what's the word? Humanistic. I feel like it's not organic. It's not organic. It's not like did they really love each other? Did they really have that? I felt like that was maybe pushed a little. I mean, I like it because I like romance, I like love, but I don't necessarily see how all of these characters really can forgive each other. Like, trauma's a thing. Like, there's way too much abuse, sexual abuse, going on in this series for any of it to have a happy ending. And I mean that in, like, the normal way. Like, I cannot see any of these characters living their lives in the way that they're presented at the end. I don't see it. I don't see it. I see them as drug addicts, and I see them as down and out. So I see them as homeless. I see them as yobs or yakuza or that kind of thing. Like, I see that is plausible. They're like, all upstanding citizens. No, I mean, yeah, you can overcome trauma, but this is a lot of trauma for everyone, and everyone's all fine and happy and having a great life at the end. No, Chisei, no. That's not how it works. You've got to have someone not come out of this this experience in a good, positive way. So I call bullshit. And it's not like I don't like the series. I loved the first 3. It was so dark and it was so confrontational and it was so in your face, and it was like it was trying to say something, and then I feel like it lost its way. I felt like it lost its way in the game of it all, rather than the psychology of it all. So, yeah. I mean, I like the twist of the way that Azusa was trying to get back at Karino. And the fact that he was trying to find his weakness when he himself was the weakness. But I also feel like there was a something missing, something that we needed to see, and then we only saw them as little snippets at the end of how Karino changed, how he went from being this psychopath to someone who has at least some semblance of an emotional attachment to another person. I don't know. I just feel like that it was a little disappointing for an 8-volume series. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed some of the things it was trying to say, but I don't think I feel like it was executed 100%. That's just my personal opinion. I love Chisei Ogawa. I love her work. I love I love her craziness. But this was not a swing and a miss, but it was like a more of a you just missed the mark, sorry, and therefore I'm actually going to take a star off kind of thing, you know? The ending, although sweet and cute and, you know, very sexy, it didn't sit well with me over the course of binge reading it. I think if I'd read this over the course of many years as it was coming out, I think this would have been a nice way to end it, because it would felt like you'd earned it. But having just the recency bias of the trauma is too much for this sugary sweet treat, full of pretentiousness. So yeah, I am gonna go to something else. I'm a little bit behind. Bazaar's already started, but I feel like I can whiz through this. Megumi and Tsugumi, by Mitsuru Shi is the Omegaverse one that I've been really excited about. I think Volume 5 is going to come out in 2025 or soon, sometime. Well, obviously. But I only have volumes 1 through 4, so I think I can read through this. Omegaverse I usually read through very quickly because it tickles a little part of my brain that just makes me go more. And I have heard loads of great things about this, so I'm going to be reading this one. May as well start now, but I'm going to have some cookies first. I wonder, when I get to the end of volume 4, what snack shall I have? I am, of course, also having my advent calendar. But yeah, what day am I on? I need to eat the stuff from the advent calendar. So yeah, I think I might be a day or so behind on the advent calendar. I don't think I took it yesterday. Anywho, it's like my medicine. I didn't take it yesterday. I will get the plastic off of this and I'll probably get started. I am also thinking I should do more Christmassy things, like decorating and stuff, and I haven't really been doing that, so that might be a task for me to do as well, which is why I'm having hot chocolate in a Christmassy mug. So yeah. Wish me luck for Megumi and Tsugumi. I feel like I'm not quite caught up, but I have done 8 volumes, so I feel like that's good. This will be number 9. So good morning. I have a bacon sandwich today. Woo! I love it when I cook bacon. I always put it in with a wee bit of water and then just let the water evaporate and it cooks the bacon, and then the fat that's come off, that's rendered, is what makes the bacon crispy. It always works every time. And I have just taken the plastic off. I was going to read it last night and I was like, no, it's really late and you were chatting. So, yeah, it was really late. So I have got volume 4 to read. I'm going to see if I can get it read before I go to work today. I've got a lot of work. I'm going to be working a lot. And so I've had a bit of a lazier morning, knowing that going forward I will not have much time. So I'm gonna try and make my mornings a little less lazy going forward, so that I can actually use the time to read, or read when I get home from work, because I am just a slightly ahead now on the days, but I'm like well behind on my plan. But I know I'm going to be reading next after this. I think anyway. I feel like that's a good plan for me. I have a few other things to do today as well. I've got some thumbnails still to create, and I might actually upload one of the videos onto my channel, which I said I was going to, but I didn't do. So I might do that as well. And see what I can get done before I have to go to work. I also have to get like a shower and my hair done and get ready and go to work. So, and I was thinking, oh, wouldn't it be good if you went to the shop first and got yourself like a pastry or something so that you're not starving, because last week I had quite a few health episodes, and that's because I'm eating when I'm not eating. So I need to make sure I'm eating consistently across the day to make sure my blood sugar levels don't spike. And I think that's what's been happening. So yeah, I don't actually think intermittent fasting is the best thing for me. So I think yeah, making sure I'm eating lots of protein across the day is a good thing. Yeah, that's my plan for the day anyway. I'm gonna try and see if I can get this right. I've been enjoying it. Megumi and Tsugumi is okay. It's fine. I enjoy it as an Amigaverse. I think that it's more of a cute one because Amigaverse can quite often have the arrogant alpha trope quite a lot. And very rarely has, well, not rarely, but it's not a common thing to have the alpha be so socially aware, which I think is what is one of the positives about this, because you know, Megumi is constantly berating himself or being in self-loathing, or you know, he's always considering his position and considering the position of others, which is, you know, empathetic, and he has that because of his background with his family and the fact that his birth mother is an Amiga, and so he definitely has that sympathetic side to him. And of course, Tsugumi is like very much the antithesis of what most people would consider an Amiga, because he's a Yankee and he's strong and when he's not in heat. But he's not taking his medication, and I do feel like that's a feeling on some level. That is, but his parents have tried so hard, so I can't fault them. And I do enjoy the little parents sections at the back. We've had in volume 2 and 3, we had little extras at the back that was, oh, maybe not. Well, it does involve some sex. Yeah, so the little bits at the back that have Tsugumi's parents, and I just enjoy that as well. It's like a little extra, and they're very similar in that sense. So yeah, I'm gonna try and get this done. I'm enjoying the comedy aspect of it. It's inherent within Amigaverse to have the social commentary, which is what I enjoy. For me, it feels like this is science fiction. Is this what you guys think as well? I probably mentioned this already. I do feel like this is like science fiction, because science fiction is actually about humanity, because most of science fiction takes an element of human existence and puts it to the forefront in a way that's interesting, unique, or different, or has a social commentary attached in a way that is allegorical. And I feel like Amigaverse is that in many ways, and in different ways. And so it can be utilized to highlight. It can just be used for fluff or for porn without plot. It's been used like a lot of things, but it still can also be a way to shine a light on it. And I don't really think Megumi and Tsugumi is necessarily one of those types of Amigaverse because of the comedy aspect, but it does at least have a character who is voicing the concerns of his of some in his society, but not necessarily everyone, which I think is kind of a good thing. But yeah, let me know. Do you think Amigaverse is science fiction? Would you class that as a science fiction? I mean, it's interesting, right? Maybe. Let me know what you think. Anyway, I'm going to get on with some things and get some reading and my bacon sandwich eaten. It'll be good. It'll be delicious. And then I think once I finish this, I can have a snack before I go to work. So I will show you my next Christmas snack. Okay, so it is later than I planned. It's about almost 1 in the morning. I got home a little after 10, and I've been editing thumbnails, so they should all be up. So I think every video that I've edited over the past, I don't know, 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, has now gone up on my Patreon, and the video that I was gonna post I still have not posted, so I will try and do that tomorrow because I do want to start making my way through them, because I also have other footage that are, it's like half videos that I need to finish. As you can see, I have my next sweet treat, which is a puff pastry, but inside is mincemeat. Not mincemeat like with actual meat, but mincemeat as in the like mincemeat pie ones, which I'm sure will be like the next sweet treat I have. Maybe. So yeah, this is a puff pastry one, which I really enjoy. They're really nice. I usually have them with some squish cream, but I still have not picked up some. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I get some tomorrow. The reason I'm here is I actually finished this before I went to work, but by the time I'd finished it and done a few other things and got ready for work, it was almost time to go. So I didn't have a chance to talk about it. And I feel like I need to because this, so I've got 3, 2, and 1 here. So I have completed up to date. I'm up to date with this. I know volume 5 is going to be released soon in 2025. So I'm looking forward to that now. I feel like this is the volume where I now am on board. I feel like this is the volume when I was like, right, good, I'm really enjoying myself now. I laughed out loud a few times in this one, but I like cackled maniacally twice. And I feel like that's a really good sign if I'm having a good time with a book. If I'm like clicking my fingers and smacking myself on the thigh, going like, that's a really good moment. And there was 2 moments. One was Megumi was coming to Tsugumi was coming to Megumi's rescue because Inami, is that his name? Inami? The tall guy with the glasses, him. He set them up. He was being the antagonist to their relationship. He was causing stramashes. And I loved how these guys got involved. These 3 remind me of like so many Sanbaka. There's always 3 idiots, but I'm trying to remember which specific manga had 3 idiots. Can you remember? Like there's one that I've watched that has 3 idiots, or there's a manga I've read that has 3 idiots, and it's like a thing. There's always these 3 idiots. Now I'm trying to remember and I can't. But they kind of give 3 idiots vibes. If you know what I'm talking about, please tell me in the comments, because it's gonna drive me insane if I don't click. I'm trying to think. It's not like Skip Beat. I think it's a shoujo. I think it's like a comedy shoujo, and I'm like, what is it? Was it Ore-sama? No. It's got those vibes though. Like, why? Oh, is it Maid-sama? Maid-sama. Maybe it's Maid-sama. Was there 3 idiots in Maid-sama? I think it's Maid-sama. Now, I want to go and watch some more Maid-sama now. It's been a while. Oh, sometimes a shoujo just hits. And that's why this is giving shoujo vibes. But what it's giving is, it's giving like comedy. It's very funny. I had a really good laugh. But also love emotion was really good. But I feel like it's giving a lot of like Japanese tropes. And it was the trope of there's a scene, and I was just like, it was so good. So they have this absolute, this is the bit where I was just like, I was cackling at this point. I was absolutely howling with laughter because it just screamed, there's a rumble on the riverbank. Yankee dramas and comedies. So I watched Crows. Like I said before, that I'm not really a big Yankee fan, and I'm not a huge Yankee fan, but it was just like giving Crows. It was given, what's that drama with the Yakuza teacher, Gokuran, something like that. Gokuran, I think it was. And it just has that, delinquent, feel to it. And I was wondering why. My heart just felt so full reading this section where they're all just having a total rumble on the riverbank. And I just was like, yes, yes. As soon as Tsugumi came crashing in, I was like, yes, save your man. And it just made me so happy. And I was wondering what the feeling was. I was trying to work it out. Like it really, see, don't you think? The three idiots, well, maybe it's just the two idiots. It just has the sense, like they were able to do whatever. It felt like so, honestly, my heart felt so full reading this section. It, had romance, and it had comedy, and it had action, and I was wondering what the phrase was that I was trying to find, and it came at the end of the chapter. I was trying to find it, actually. Maybe it came at the end of this. There's a part on it. Here it was, here. So they've just gone back after having this big free-for-all fight on the riverside. And Megumi says, I suddenly feel invincible. Like, he's feeling invincible because of Tsugumi as well, but that's what I felt. It was like, yeah, that's the feeling that these Yankee dramas, it's like a step below Yakuza, which is a step below Samurai, but all of them have this through thread of Bushido, and it's about, like being able to do things. You really like being honorable, but also, fighting for what you believe in, and also, standing up for the good, and there's just things like that. So I'm not really a huge Yankee fan, but this particular chapter just screamed Yankee. I absolutely loved it, because it does remind me of Crows. If you've ever watched it, if you haven't, go watch it. It's great. It's just so stupid and so silly, but it's so full of what's the word? They're so not eager. It's when someone's just like, it's gonna drive me nuts. Hold on. No, I cannot remember the word, but it'll come to me later on. If it does, I'll put it on the screen. So yeah, all of this comes. They have it out with Inami. Then this is the end of Volume 4. If you don't want spoilers, if you haven't read this already, rumble, rumble. See? I told you, a rumble on the riverside. But they just have it all out with Inami, and they decide to like let it go. Obviously, Megumi's still pissed. He's still trying to convince his dad that he can marry Tsugumi and make him his mate. And of course, his dad's like, let's have a nice dinner, just the two of us. He pitches up. It's like I swear to God, I was just like, oh my God, it's an Omiai. And then I saw who he was with. I just couldn't stop laughing. It's exactly what you don't want. Like, fuck you, dude. Oh man, so I'm really excited about Volume 5 now. I'm like, didn't expect to, but yeah, this is now become, this Volume 4 really became the volume when I was like, yeah, okay, I really like this. And then we got this huge section, it's quite a big section actually, about Tsugumi's parents after they got married, and another cute baby shot of Tsugumi. He's so funny as a baby, isn't he? Sometimes you just like them. So yeah, these two are fun as parents as well. And then some other fun things between these ones. So I'm really enjoying it. I actually didn't think that I would enjoy this. And I think these first 3 volumes were okay. But this 4th volume really, really made me feel like, joy, real joy from reading this. Laugh out loud, belly laughs like I was not expecting. to turn up. And I was like, oh, I bet, like, in my head, I totally called it. I nailed it. I was like, I bet his dad's gonna have, like, some, alpha there for him to meet. It'll be, like, some cute girl, or worse, it'll be his friend Subaru, this one. I was like, oh, I bet it'll be his friend Subaru. Nope. No. Yeah, the guy that you absolutely hate. Proper. And so we know it's not going to be enemies to lovers. But that would be the point. That would be the point where it would be enemies to lovers. But yeah, so that's me. I'm so happy. This was a really great volume. I'm gonna enjoy a hot cup of tea and my thing. I have a package. I think this is probably gonna be the only thing I have on my haul video for the month, because I haven't purchased anything else. I didn't end up purchasing anything during Black Friday stuff, because I was looking at the prices and I was like, oh, they're okay, but they weren't like amazing. And so yeah, and just in case you were wondering, because we had the new Love is an Illusion, which I think the next chapter will be every 2nd, 12th and 22nd. So the 12th will be the next one. Their child, Buell, I ended up just being like, you know what? Let's reread Love is an Illusion. And then I was like, you know what? Let's even reread Love is an Illusion, The Queen. And I didn't think I would, but I did. So I read a lot a couple of weeks ago. I think like doing Jealousy and a bit of this at the same time. So yeah, the second I was like, just last week. Yeah, last week. No, maybe it was during Caste Heaven. It was during something. I got completely waylaid and just decided to reread. So this is just one volume. I've got the whole rest of it all digitally on Listen. So I just reread it because it's an annual thing. And I was like, have you already reread it this year? And I think I already have. So this was the second time. But I have not read The Queen since I read the final chapter. I have not reread it. So that was my first time rereading it. And yeah, I'm looking forward to some more Buell. Anyway, let's go decide what I'm going to read next. I'm going to take something up to bed with me, but I don't want to stay up too late because, like I said, it's already 1 a.m. Okay, so I have the next one that I'm buddy reading for the next week. So this week, I need to read Starting with a Kiss. I think I'll be able to get through this quite quickly. It's only 3 volumes. So I'm going to do a little quick thing. And I'm thinking, yes, I did take out number 16. 16 I've already read, but 17 I haven't. So let's just take these out. Put them all over here. Oh, yeah. So heavy. So yeah, this one still has its plastic on. Volume 17. Now, which volume did I get? Did I get the Ginger Magica one that was like 23 or something? I don't know. 28? Some 35? So I haven't read volume 17. Has volume 18 come out yet? No? I think this is the 24 one. I think this is the one that is the latest. It is, right? Oh my god. Maybe it isn't. I think it is. Right. So these are the ones I'm going to take up. I'm going to reread 16 and then read 17 for the first time. And that'll be my little reading for this evening. And I'll check in with you tomorrow. Hopefully I will have finished. So, ignore the noise if you can hear some stuff in the background. I've got my fancy new dehumidifier going on in the bathroom, and my video I've uploaded finally. I mean, it's been sitting there for a couple of days now. I was like, yeah, I need to do that. It's my Christmas paint by numbers one, which I had so much fun doing. I've really actually enjoyed the hobbies, especially if I'm like, it's giving me something to do that isn't tidying or just reading. And I would say it's giving my eyes a break, but it's not really so so far the hobbies have not. What did I have? I had a jigsaw, which I loved, and also making jewelry. And I was going to do it 6 times in 2024 and I've only done it 3. So yeah, unfortunately. I did do a big long, year-long hobby one that I was going to do, but I have not been able to do that. So I have all this footage from gardening because that was the whole point, was to do my garden. And I have spent a lot of time in my gardens here, so yeah. That unfortunately is an abandoned video. It's not an abandoned vlog so much because it was supposed to be a year-long thing. So yeah, unfortunately that has been. I have all the footage. I mean, I still could do it if I had books or manga or stuff to talk about. But I'm not doing any more NetGalley Kodansha stuff until I've written up all of the reviews. I'm not. Anyway, moving on. Last night I reread volume 16, and honestly, I started it and I was like, I have no idea what's going on. It's been such a long time since I indulged in a full, proper read. But then I was like, oh, it's the now chapters, you know, his best friend, and then there's a lot of Kisa-san, and they just have sex a lot. And then a little bit more, it's like, well, they're at the point where it's like 16 days to go. I'm like, okay, how many more volumes are we going to get of those 16 days before he plans a big confession? Although they've already said that they love each other. Like, he knows, they know. There's no point. But he has to confess. I did find this super cute that was the photo that was taken. Yeah. There's a lot of sex actually in these ones. Maybe because he's like fine with it now. He definitely seems fine with the sex now. I don't know if this new mangaka is gonna cause any stramash. But this was cute. I have complete faith in him. He's like, oh. So yeah, I did almost fall asleep a couple of times trying to read this last night because it was very late before I actually went to sleep. I think it was about 2 or 3, something like that. So I have been very bad about doing anything today, and it's already time for me to go to work. So unfortunately, I do know what I'm going to be moving on to, although I have technically got up to date with Shigeku Nakamura's The World's Greatest First Love, the case of Ritsu Nodera. So I deserve a snack. But I will forego the snack for the moment and take it at some point. The next one I'm going to be reading, I think, is Starting with a Kiss, which is a reread because I know I have read it. I just haven't read it since I purchased them years and years ago. So that's the next one I'm going to read. That's a 3-volume series. So yeah, it was good to catch up with this. I'm glad I've caught up with another 2. That was good for me. So can I read all 3 volumes tonight when I get home from work? Maybe. That's maybe a plan. It means I'm always just being like, hey, this is what I read last night. But it's going to be like this all week because I'm working every day this week. So boo for work, boo. But yeah, it's nice to be up to date. I don't know how many more volumes of them, because this was, I looked at the back because I always do. This is the kind. So this was printed in May 2024. So this is a 2024 release, which I'm happy about. That originally in Japan 2022. So it's a couple of years out. So we are a couple of years out, and I think there's at least 1 volume a year. So we're up to 19, maybe 20 volumes. How many volumes of those 3 volumes? How many days is it per day? Oh my goodness. So yeah, I'm hoping that there's some sort of confession, and that's it, right? Then we end. I don't know. Oh, would that be terrible if it's already ended and I didn't know? It would be hilarious. In some respects, it would be hilarious. Anywho, I'm gonna get ready to go to work because I have about 10 minutes and then I have to leave the house. So I don't usually open things at night because I have to have my overhead light on and then you end up with shadows. But this I found on my back porch, soaking wet and covered in frost. So it's defrosting now, so it's getting wetter. So I don't know how bad the stuff is inside. It is a Sci-Fi one, so hopefully it's been well packaged. Oh, it is. Oh, that's good. Thank goodness, because if I show you the front, it's covered in my addresses and stuff, but it's like soaking wet. Terrible. So I think I've been there for a day. Oh no. But yeah, let's see what I got. Let's see what I got. This is a second-hand order. So, hopefully they're in okay condition. There we go. So the ubiquitous Sapphire. I don't know what to do with all of these, honestly. There we go. So I didn't get the whole order. I got part of it. So the first one is, oh, they're a little bit damp. Maybe it's the table that's damp now. The first one is, it's not the best condition. Is Love the Answer? You can see it's kind of a bit bashed. By Uta Isaki. And I really wanted this. Yeah, it's got a big bend in it. So it's not in the best condition. Someone's obviously pre-loved. And yeah, it's not in perfect condition. I didn't realise it was as thick as it was. It's still got the nice cover, so. But we'll give it a go. We'll add it to the collection. But yeah, it's not in perfect condition. It's not in the best. For what it was still pretty pricey considering I got it secondhand. I don't know exactly, but I would have preferred a little bit better condition than this, but it is what it is. The other one, well, that's in actually pretty good condition. It's just a bit damp from the package, but other than that, this is the deluxe edition of Killing Stalking Volume 2 by Kugi. I have Volume 1 already, and I have read it when it was on Letten. I read quite a chunk of it. I think I read like most of it, but I have not finished it. I did not read the end. So yeah, I can start reading this straight away, but I'm not really in the mood for it. I am after all doing SuBLime titles. So yeah, one that I got for a good price considering what it is, in excellent condition. One that I probably got for an okay price, but I didn't think it was going to be in as beat up as this. This I would say is more of an acceptable copy. But they don't always put like how used it is on Sapphire. I think that's something that I appreciate for other places, if what kind of condition it is. And I didn't realise it was going to be as thick as that. That's pretty thick. So I am, after all, quite interested in asexuality as expressed through manga. And while we're here, we may as well open the other package, which I said I was going to open, and I did not. And this is from America. So I don't know how well it will have travelled, because, how do I open this? Here? I don't know if I can. Is it here? How do I open it? Does it say? Do I need scissors? Hold on, I'll get scissors. There we go. So yeah, it got stopped at customs as it is. So we'll see if it gets really bashed. Jaja. So every single Peach Flower House order that I put through, yeah, you can see it's bashed here quite a bit, and bashed here, but it's still at least something, and it's got a bit of a twinge to it, so it's obviously been caught and not in absolute perfect condition, but a new copy of the Imperial Uncle, which is, I think, probably Peach Flower House's least popular. Let me know if you like this one, because I've only heard people say, meh, is it BL? Or is it just a political drama with a couple of guys? So yeah, I don't know. I was happy to at least get this one, because I did order literally everything that I possibly could, and not a single thing arrived. So I was quite happy to get this one, and I ended up getting this one. And like I said, it was through customs, so it did come all the way from America. So yeah, I'm at least happy I've got something else for Peach Flower House. And the other good thing about this is that this is just a single volume. I love the artwork, it's lovely. So I'll be able to read it one and done. Which when some of the other ones like Golden Terrace or in the dark. They would have come and I would have had part of the series. Whereas at least with this one I have this. And there's always the chance that I might pick up the other ones eventually at some point. But yeah, so a brand new thing, two second-hand things. And this is probably going to be my whole haul for December. I don't plan on buying anything else. So yeah, I'm not... I mean, obviously I'm getting Christmas presents and stuff for other people, but I'm not spending too much on that either. So trying not to spend too much. So I won't have a very big haul for December. This might just be it. So I am going to be moving on to Starting with a Kiss, because this is the next buddy read with Bazaar for week 2. We're already on to week 2. It is, well, technically, I don't know if it's after midnight or not. But I think I opened number 9, but I haven't opened number 10 yet. Let's have a look. Ooh, one of these wee balls. It's got like white chocolate inside. And that was number 10. And number 11. Where is number 11? There it is. Oh, it's a little red ball. So I put these together. And then it'll be the 12th tomorrow. So I'll be halfway through. So I've got 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They're out of order. 13, 14 red, which is not bad. And then these 3. So we'll see how much of these I can get read before I go to sleep tonight. Starting with a Kiss is Yoka Nita, and she has the absolute worst luck of any BL mangaka ever to have existed in the history of time. Because so many of her works are on hiatus, either in Japanese or they did not get fully printed in English. So yeah, we've got Son of a Yakuza Boss. We've got more Yakuza. Yeah, and the two of them have to like hang out or something. It's like two people who kind of ended up, as much as I remember, 2 people who were like didn't like each other and they end up getting stuck with each other and then just fuck. That's pretty much it. So I'm going to take these up to bed with me. I am going to have something to eat first because I had a cup of soup for the first time in years and years and years at work because I was well, I don't want to go into it too much, but basically someone came to do some training today and I was supposed to train them, but no one thought to tell me yesterday when I was at work that when I came in today, my whole plan for the evening would be derailed. I was planning on getting so much work done. Not that I didn't get some work done, I did, but generally when you have someone training to be trained while you're there, you don't always get the work done that you plan on getting done. So yes, unfortunately, that seemed a little bit of a bust, but never mind. I'm back in tomorrow. I'm in all week. That's my life now. So yeah, yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna I don't know what to have. I think I've got some bread, maybe a chicken curry pie. I bought a chicken curry pie, and then I'll have like a high protein breakfast. So hopefully I'll actually get up in the morning. I've been pretty bad about sleeping in. I'm looking forward to tomorrow because we've got some Jinx and some more Love is an Illusion Buell story. What's it called? Star something? Obviously, because that's his name. For tomorrow as well. So I'll be looking forward to that. So yeah, I'll check in when I've read some Starting with a Kiss. So hello, I've got a little bit of natural light, which means that it's before I need to go to work. I don't actually know when it was I last updated. It is now I've opened the 12th. Did I open it with you? It's the 13th today. Oh, is it Friday the 13th? Shit. Should stay home. Is it? Yeah, because next week's the 20th, so damn. Should have known that before I got up this morning. It's another little rainbow. A mini one. Anyway, that's what today's is. That's not today's Christmassy snack though, because I have finished 1, 2, 3 and I haven't had another snack, so I thought I would. I've got some actual cream. Now, this cream is fancy. This is President cream. You know, the cheese people? So I was like, okay. Usually I get dairy-free, but they didn't have any, and it was about the same price as the dairy-free, which is always more expensive. It is fancy. It's a fancy can. It's a fancy nozzle, and this is fancy cream. Look at it just sitting there, not even like properly disintegrating. It's been sitting there for a few minutes already. Look at it. It tastes creamy. It tastes really like dairy. It tastes like really like milky kind of. Anyway, so yeah, that's what I've got for just a normal coffee, no hot chocolate, just coffee. But I thought I'd be fancy because I'm having a Lebkuchen round. These are from Lidl. I got them because it was on special and I haven't tried these before. I've had Baumkuchen, which is another kuchen. I don't really know. I'm guessing it's... Hold on. I'm going to have to pause to actually open this, haven't I? Okay, so I just like tore it open and realized that there's an easy open thing. They don't always make it easy. Anyway, this is what it looks like. It's like got a thin sugar glaze that's been cracked and it's been dipped in dark chocolate. So on this side, it just looks like a digestive biscuit. But this one looks kind of round. So I'm going to give this a wee go. A bit of a European Christmas snack. It's got... Oh. Got that slight marzipan-y, almondy flavour. Are these almond biscuits? With spiced almond. But the texture is almost bready. It's like a soft bready biscuit. This isn't like crunchy biscuit. It's very soft, like cakey. And the dark chocolate's quite nice actually. Almost like spicy orangey-ness to it. Maybe it's got orange in it. Let's see, what are the ingredients? Probably should have checked. Apricot kernels, fig paste, orange peel, knew it, apricot, apple, liquid egg. What is that? Just like egg. Potato starch, spices, cinnamon, butter, oil. There we go. Anyway, very nice actually. Quite enjoying this. I am checking in mainly because last time I was talking about doing starting with Kiss. The one I'm actually reading is at the bottom, of course. I'm gonna put a pin in this. I remember I was chatting with Bazaar a few days ago. I can't even remember when. About Megumi and Tsugumi. I eventually came to really enjoy it, especially Volume 4. Absolutely fantastic. So much fun. But we were both a bit about the first couple of volumes. Like, they're okay, nothing special, nothing to write home about. Of course, I enjoy Omegaverse, so that's fine. If you don't enjoy it, then it's really nothing to write home about. And I was like, just stick a pin in it, move on to the next one. If you're not loving it in the moment, move on. It's fine, you know? We've got plenty of things to read. The whole point is to do one of these a day. And I have stalled. Because I started starting with a kiss. And I have read this. This is a reread, but I read it such a long time ago that I couldn't really remember anything about it. And I am not enjoying this. And I am a kind of Yokanita apologist. I'm not 100%, but I'm like, she's had some bad luck. What a shame. This is not hitting. First of all, this was published quite some time ago, but not massively long ago. Let's see. So we got this in August 2012, and it was published in 2011, which you would think is like, oh well, that's, oh my god, that is like 13, 14, almost 14 years ago. 13 years. I don't think this, so probably 13, 14, yeah, if you add in the manga magazine section. The language of this, and I was like, as soon as I saw some language which is homophobic and a bit, like, I think he used the word pussy at one point. Like, this is straight off the bat. They're fucking. And then Yeah, the first page. Language like this. With a pussy. I was like, what? Excuse you, sir. Excuse you, sir. No. And almost instantly I was like, did Adrian Beck do this? And I went straight to the back, opened it up, and it was like, yes. It's like, how can I know? How do I know? Because occasionally there are language issues, and I'm like, because the choices are there, choices are being made. But these are choices back in if this is August 2012, at least I would say 2011, 2012, that kind of time period. These are the choices that are being made by. And that's fine, because this is a mature title. It's got explicit content, like straight off the bat. Also, these characters are insane. No one acts like this. This is crazy. This is why I don't read a lot of straight romance, because I'm like, no one is like that. This bitch be crazy. This dude be crazy. No one in the right mind would act or behave in this way. No, this is a no from me. It's a no from me, love. I can't. I just can't. But I want to read this. I do want to reread this, but I think I might have to try this over a certain period. So I'm about halfway through, and I'm not loving it. It's about the son of a Yakuza and the son of like the second in command, but they're dads. So it's them to start with, and then it's gonna like, and the whole sexual relationship between those two, hated. But I did enjoy this made me laugh. I was like, Club Asami, and I was like, Asami, what are you doing in here? You know, Finder. Yeah, when we were younger, and then it's like back in time. So it's like not even their story kind of thing. But the start was so jarring and so abrupt. I was just like, I just don't want to. I don't want to. It's another Yakuza-esque one, and I like with jealousy. I feel like, and then Caste Heaven's sexual assault stuff. I was like, no. I need more fluff. I need more fluff. This was fluff silliness. This was fluff with a bit of romance and angst, a little bit of angst. And then back to this, and I was like, no. And I'm thinking I might just migrate over to black or white for just now. Do my reread of volume 1 and 2, and then do my read of volume 3 and 4, because those are the only 4 I've got. And this is the title we're supposed to read next, I think. Bazaar has like volumes up to 7 or 8 or something like that, but I just have these 4, so these would be mine. These are ones I want to read. I think I feel more Sachimo minded than I do Yokonita minded at the moment. But it's just a pin, just sticking a pin in it. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pause this and move on to this. I feel like I can get a lot more of this read. It is, like I said, Friday, so I don't work as late as I normally do. I get like an extra hour, so I got a bit more time to read, and hopefully do what I did yesterday, which was I got home, I had this, and I was like, I kind of started, I read like 2 pages, and then I was like, oh, well, there's new videos on YouTube, and I watched like Meg with Books or Alaskan Simple Living, or whatever it is that I usually watch. And then I was like, oh, go to bed and read, and I picked up and I read like a page, and then I was like, oh, maybe just mention that or have a chat on Instagram or whatever it is, and doom scrolled, and then started scrolling shopping. It was like the shopping urge came onto me, and I literally just said, oh no, I've only got that for my haul for December, it's gonna be really small. No, I scrolled and scrolled, and then when I woke up this morning, I was still scrolling and searching for things, and I found stuff, and now I have bought it, just purchased it, boom. So yeah, maybe I'll get them before Christmas. Maybe I won't, but my haul video will maybe be a little bit bigger. And as soon as I bought something, I was like, oh, that is also on sale, and that's also a good price, and that's also a good price. So when I get home from work, if I don't read Black or White, if I go straight to Starting with a Kiss, I'll just buy more. This is why if it's not hitting, then I'm just gonna shop. And that's the wrong thing to do because I have all of these to read, and the whole point is to read them, not buy more. Although I have just bought more. So yeah. But I'm really excited about what's gonna come. Woo! that little shopping high. Woo! Anyway, I'm gonna carry on. I'm gonna read Black or White. Sachimo. Do my reread first, and I'll check in with you probably. I didn't either later on tonight, or tomorrow after I get back from work because I'm working early tomorrow. So yeah. This was the wrong week to cover other people's shifts at work. But I guess it's paying for these manga volumes. So, money not in the bank, money on the bookshelf. Spending a nice evening with a really good dinner. I sometimes do, don't often do like a huge big spread. Well, that's not true. But I like don't do the like meat and multiple types of veggies and all the sides and stuff. But tonight I was looking through my fridge and actually found that I had like a green veg medley with herb butter, and then I made some parsnips and carrots with thyme, garlic, paprika, chili, and honey, so it's kind of like a spicy glaze. Some roast potatoes that were just in the freezer, so I need to use them up. And then I had some sausages and like one slice of turkey. So it's kind of a bit like a Christmas dinner, but not 100%, because these Brussels sprouts are like traditional, but I did have bacon, so I could have wrapped my sausages in bacon. So it could have been like a proper Christmas dinner. And a really nice gravy as well. So yeah, I'm actually quite proud of myself. This is like practice for Christmas dinner. So if I have enough of these kinds of meals, then I don't feel like I need to make the Christmas dinner. The veg is my favourite thing anyway. Veg and gravy. A bit of stuffing maybe. Okay, I like it all. It doesn't matter. Anyway, I'm going to enjoy this for this evening. So it's been a couple of days. I have finished volumes 1, 2, 3, and 4. I did my reread of volumes 1 and 2, and then read 3 and 4. I really enjoyed it. I really want it. I'm like, where's the rest? I need the rest now. They're just kind of adorable. I do like the way that they're exploring their sexuality, and you get their backstory and how it's all about self-esteem and their inferiority complex. Some psychological aspects to it as well, but the fact that Shige and Shin just have this great connection with each other, and I just love how everyone just loves Shin. He's just like they're like catnip to everyone. He's just a wee adorable creature. When he blushed, it was so funny. It was like a full, was it in this one? Was it volume 3? It was like a full body, maybe it was volume 2. His blushiness, there it is. Full body blush. He gets all blushy and it's proper. It's so funny. So yeah, I do enjoy it. Sachimo is a good author. I do enjoy. I mean, we're not gonna get Kashkamari Mashita Destiny, which I feel like it's a shame because that was a really good, and I think it was like a seminal Omegaverse work. I think it was like proper. This could show people what an Omegaverse story was, but also what it could be, and I really enjoyed that aspect of it. So yeah, I'm enjoying Black or White, and I'm a bit gutted that I don't have the rest. So I will need to try and get 5, 6, 7, 8, I think. Is there more? So yeah, I'll have to keep up to date with them. So yeah, I'm really happy I read it. It was very enjoyable. It was actually really quick. And I think, well, I definitely deserve some snacks, right? I deserve some Christmas snacks. I've got some, I actually think I have a little mini Christmas log that I got from Lidl, so I might eat that. But I also have some mince pies
So I need to eat that. I think I will move on to a single one, Daisy Jealousy, Ogaretsu Tanaka. Hopefully Ogaretsu Tanaka sometimes has some slightly disturbing or like negative aspects and tropes in some of their work. So hopefully this isn't one that I'm like, ugh, emotional damage. But yeah, I'm gonna try and see if I can read Daisy Jealousy as the next one, and then maybe some Candy Color Paradox. I'm not sure. I think that's the last one we need to try and read on the list. I'm gonna check out the list. Check out my list again. But yeah, this is one. It's just a one shot, so I feel like I can read this, and I'll probably enjoy it because I do enjoy Ogaretsu Tanaka's work. So I have the fire going, and I also have this is my little snack. It is supposed to be a Yule log from Lidl. I got a wee Lidl snack. So a Yule log doesn't usually look like this in the UK. It's usually got a lot more cream on the outside, and it looks like a log. This doesn't look like a log, but it does have what looks like a flake on the top, and that's fair enough. That's enough. We'll see if it's any good. I'm going to start reading Daisy Jealousy. I'm really excited about this one. It's quite a thick one, and it is Ogaretsu Tanaka, and I just had a wee quick flick through, and I was like, oh yeah, this is going to be good. So I think I'm going to take my time. I might not read it all tonight. I might read it over a couple of days. But this I'm looking forward to. Fingers crossed it's good. I read the synopsis on the back, and it kind of is giving me that, what was it out? Cut out criteria or something like that. There's another one that's about gamers, but it's also giving me shades of false memories as well. And then there's that other one about the senpai. So yeah, there's a few things like workplace BL manga that I've enjoyed in the past. So I've got a wee cup of tea and a little bit of a Yule log, and I'm just gonna enjoy my evening and try and relax and just try and enjoy it, because I feel like I've been working way too hard and I'm not actually getting the chance to do this. I think I'm behind. I'll have to do a check, but I think I am behind on my reading. So it is the next day. I swear it is. I know, because I'm starting to get a bit of a cough. I know that the lighting is not great, but it's at night time because I was working today and now I'm super tired. And I'm feeling so exhausted. My body is like wilty, and I don't know how much more I'm gonna get done before the 25th, because we're starting to get out of time. So I mean, what day is it today? Oh, I can't even. Anyway, I didn't even read this today. I didn't take my time like I said I was going to. I read this in one sitting and I loved it. Ogaretsu Tanaka just has a way of talking about the foibles of human existence and how that impacts on relationships. And I love how every single work that she does has that as an element. The sort of I don't know how to describe it, like the nuances of human desire and the foibles that we have within us, like our egos or our insecurities or whatever it might be. She latches on to that. Anything that's impacted someone's existence in any way, and then it just gets expounded upon in some sort of form. And I like how that's explored in her works. Yeah, I think that's. Plus, it's beautiful. Look at the wee face. Oh, this is a really great one because it's so undulating. It's thick for a reason, and I like that it's got so much. So we start off with Kaname and Misaki, at college, a technical college, and they're learning to. It's all very computery. This is so computery. Like, they're talking about stuff, and I'm like, I have no idea, but I don't care. I'm eating it up because they're interacting, and it's showing that they're vibing with each other. Like they know what they're talking about. I don't need to. I'm just honestly, this felt like such a girl sitting in a cafe, just minding her own business, having a cup of coffee or a cup of tea and a slice of cake, and two people are sitting next to them, next to you on the table, and they're having a conversation. You have no idea what they're talking about, but you're vibing with their vibing with each other. That's what it was. It was the definition of that. So they go to college and they become friends, but then they fall out and they become distant, and then they end up having to work together, and then they get close again, and then they kind of fall in love, and then they fall out, and then they split up, and then they don't see each other, and then more time passes, and so it's like time jumps and time jumps, and then you get to the end and it's just like, oh, because you're rooting for them. You are rooting for them, but you're also rooting for them uh for each other's sake, like for them, for their sake as individual characters, because Kaname is God, I just, there are times when you're just like, just, well, communicate. And then Misaki, you're like, maybe also communicate. But this wasn't about miscommunication, or I think there was certainly a lack of communication, but you can see why. And that's what Ogre Tanaka does very well. It's justifiable lack of communication happening rather than, and it's an internal, very very much from a place of insecurity. uh I don't want to give of myself, because then I've given, then I might get hurt, and that's it. It's all about fear, it's cowardliness, and they talk about that as well. They address that. There's a moment in it that was just so sad when he says that he doesn't want to hate himself, and he's starting to hate them both, and he doesn't want to hate himself, and so he has to just take himself away, and it's just like, oh. But yeah, it's about personal growth, and it's about love and supporting each other, and I really loved it. And yes, it is a bit of jealousy, which I think she does very well in relationships. I think she does that, like the personal angst. I feel like she does really well. This was a perfect story. I absolutely loved it. It was a perfect self-contained volume. It had all of the stuff of escape journey, in terms of like two people being together and splitting up and coming back together again, but without some of the negatives of that particular story. And it also was really funny because I just read Black or White, and there was a certain sexual thing happens in that also happens in this. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. Which just made me laugh that I was reading two stories back to back with that same issue. I don't know what I'm gonna read next, or if I'm gonna actually get around to reading any more. So my total will probably not be 25, which is a bit disappointing, because you feel like you have all this time, but it's just before Christmas and you don't. And I'm so tired. So unbelievably tired. I have read so many volumes of SuBLime Manga this year so far, which is pretty good. But I still have a few that I haven't. So I don't know if I'm going to. The next one that we were supposed to like definitely buddy read after Black or White was Candy Color Paradox. And I haven't actually texted and been like, hey, where are you at? How are you getting on? I haven't done any of that. So tired. Work, 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 work. I'm literally always working. I shouldn't have said I was going to do extra shifts leading up to Christmas. I mean, I'll get paid in January. It'll be good, but it'll be the end of January. By then, I'll probably be needing it. It'll be like, oof, that's a lot of weeks before I get paid. At the end of January again. Anywho, I think I might move on to Candy Color Paradox, because I don't need to read the whole thing. I'm not rereading that. I might read volume 5 again, and then 6 in the extra, because I don't need to. I've read and reread that series too many times. It pisses me off every time because of the language from the translation. So yeah, I might just do 5, 6 and the extra. And then that'll probably be it for this video, because I don't actually know between now and Christmas Day how much I'm gonna get done. Anyway, this was great. This was really good. Really, she does excellent work. Pat on the back. Even Yarichin Bitch Club. I love it. I love it. I make no apologies. None whatsoever. Good morning. It is after Christmas now. This is like the final shot that I'm gonna be giving of what I read and what I didn't read, or what I attempted to read. So this is actually quite a few days after Christmas now. What is it? Is today the 29th or the 30th? Something like that. So yeah, I had Christmas. It was great. Merry Christmas, everyone. Hope you had a great time. It was nice to just be away from home and not have to cook. I've got all my Christmas trimmings and stuff still in the freezer or the fridge. It's ridiculous. But I do have to do some tidying and things like that today. Anywho, this family stuff, just, in between Christmas, New Year period, which is when I would like to do stuff, but I actually have to tidy my house because I've got maybe visitors coming. I don't know, depends on the weather. So I have to tidy just in case. Instead of just being a slob and being slow and pottery, I'm going to have to spend the next few hours actually properly tidying. I think what's the last of my fancy cream, the Premier stuff. I swear, it is so creamy. It's so milky. It's got such a great, like, rich dairy taste. It's incredible. If you can give it a go sometime. Like the cheese company, but they make the square cream. Anyway, I've got an almond croissant, which I picked up after work yesterday, because I have been working. I'm back at work. I have today off. I'm back at work at the end of the week as well, so I have just a couple of days off, but like I said, I'm gonna either have visitors or I'm gonna be cleaning. I'm not gonna get to enjoy the time that I would like to be able to do the bookish things that I want to do, which feels like that's been the case this year. It's like this vlog itself is a metaphor for the year that I have had, where I've been like grand plans, really want to do stuff, trying to commit, and either my body or work or family commitments or things like that have come in and stopped things from happening. So yeah, real life issues. Boo. When I just want to sit and read. Anyway, let's go through what I read. I read volumes 1 through 8 of Caste Heaven, which was the first time I've ever read this, and I really enjoyed it. Its toxicity was actually something that was fine and okay, considering I had just come from jealousy, which was also toxic. Then we've got Megumi and Tsugumi, which is an Amigaverse, which started off just being like okay, and then by the volume 4 I was really in it. I really enjoyed volume 4. It was like this was a fun Yankee type story with Amigaverse. So yeah, I enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to volume 5, which is coming out soon. And then we've got The World's Greatest First Love. I reread volume 16 and then read volume 17. Look at the difference in colour. Like, one is kind of a bright pink, one's like a muted pink. There you go, like a salmon. So yeah, this was just a continuation. I think Onodera has very much come to the conclusion that he is in love, and I think they're just waiting for a declaration of some kind. But it has to be great. The confession has to be great, apparently. I don't know how many more years we're gonna have, because I think according to this, we've only got like a week or two until he's officially. It seems like the longest time period. Then I moved on to Black or White. I read volumes 1 and 2 for the second time, and then read 3 and 4, and now I'm really wanting to read all the way through, I think, to volume 8. Is volume 8 out? So I'm behind in my collecting for Black or White, but I am now up to date with the books, and I really enjoy it. I like Sachimo. I like how there's a bit of toxicity in there. It's great. I really enjoy
Like there's a wee bit of toxicity in there, there's a bit of toxicity in there, there's a lot of toxicity in it. It's like a little bit, you know, like just this the spice, it's the flavouring. And then Daisy Jealousy, which also had a bit of toxicity in the fact that one of the characters was feeling a bit of an inferiority complex towards the other, whilst at the same time falling in love. Admiration, jealousy, and feelings of inadequacies abound in Daisy Jealousy. It was a lovely one shot. Ogoretsu Tanaka does an amazing job. I really, really enjoyed Daisy Jealousy. I would have, I think, anyway, because I do like pretty much everything I read from Ogoretsu Tanaka, even when it makes me uncomfortable. I still tend to enjoy it. So here's are the ones that I did not get round to, but I started. So I started volume 1 of Starting with a Kiss. I'm gonna try and read this in 2025. It's still on my list because, which I didn't really talk about, Kayla from Books and Lala released the buzzword prompts. I'm super excited, and I think one of them is with. So I could read Starting with a Kiss, make it through. I don't think it's too much of an issue. I think I'll manage it. But yeah, I didn't have the best start. But this is on my to read list in 2025, as will be the continuation of Candy Color Paradox. Volume 5 was a reread, but I didn't get too much of it through before Christmas, things like that. Like, I think I started this the weekend of the 21st, 22nd, something like that. And then it was like, but I was busy with my family down that weekend? I think my family was up that weekend. See, things getting in the way. And then I had a day, and then I had a day off, and then I was over at my brother's. So I was prepping for that, and I was tidying, and I was rearranging stuff, and oh, wait a minute, did I have something else going on as well? I think I did. Something else was happening. So yeah, I feel like I was busy. The 23rd. And I didn't get much of it done. So I started it, and honestly, I didn't get very far. I think I only read like a bit of it, and then I was realizing I have no idea what's going on. I don't know who these characters are. And I'm like, shit, I'm going to have to read volume 4, and that's when I stopped. I was like, I don't want to have to reread the whole of Candy Color Paradox, but I might have to be able to understand. And I'm just wondering, how many more volumes are there? Maybe I should just wait until it's a complete series and read it. I love Isaku Natsume, but Candy Color Paradox is probably one of my least favorite of all of her works, which is a crazy thing to say. But maybe it's because it's ongoing and I don't know how it ends. So I don't have that sense of completion with her work, whereas some of her others I've read, I'm like, that was great. That was a great one shot, or that was a great mini series, you know? So yeah, I know loads of people love Isaku Natsume's Candy Color Paradox, but I just love Isaku Natsume. I don't necessarily love Candy Color Paradox. I don't know if that's because it just feels like you need to really be on it in terms of what they're investigating and stuff, and who are these people and what does that mean, and you know, I need to be up to date with this. So I might have to reread it. And I swore I wasn't going to. I swore to myself. I promised myself, but I don't know what's going on in this volume, so I don't think it's gonna help me. Because I'm still like confused. So yeah, I do feel like that was another one. But I have read other things. So I once again tried to read a book, which didn't help. But I did read The Other World's Books Depend on the Bean Counter Volume 4 because I purchased this. This is one of my purchases for December. I think will this video go up? No, this video probably won't go up before my haul video. So yeah. I have read this volume 4. Volume 5 has just come out. I'm super excited. I need volume 5. I need volume 5 like yesterday. I need it. Give it to me. Just inject it into my brain. I love it. I love these two. I love how he's solidly aware that Arish has feelings for him. And he is like, ooh, I guess I'm gonna have to deal with that at some point. Let's put it off because it's not on the top of my to-do list. because he has a to-do list and it's further down, and then every once in a while he does something and he's like, maybe you should push that further up the to-do list, but then it's like, but the world is at stake, so it's still not a priority. Oh, they're so cute together. They're so cute. I do enjoy them. I really like this. I want the novel so I can sit and read the novels as well. And the other one is Snow Fairy by Tomo Serizawa, which was another cute one. I really enjoyed this as well. I'll probably talk more about this in another video because this was a 12 and 12 recommendation. So if I do get around to making that video, you will hear more of my thoughts about Snow Fairy, which, I'll talk more about that somewhere else. And then I have my Lint advent calendar, which I think I stopped at number 19 maybe? Yeah, I took number 19. So let's open the other ones. Let's open these up. Now I've got number 20. Now, do we think it's going to be a ball? I think it's going to be a ball. It's a ball. Woo! It's well past Christmas. But I have been very good about not eating too many chocolates. Where's 21? There it is. I think it's going to be a square. Oh, it was a ball. Oh. I think I like these ones better than the other ones. A little bit hard to get out. There we go. My little stack. Now, 22. There it is. I think this is a ball. Yes, I knew it. Oh, they are quite tricky. 22. Let's find 23. 23. There it is. I think this is also a ball. Yeah. And 24. Now, I think this might be the Santa. There we go. So yeah, my 24 or 25 days of SuBLime didn't have 25 volumes. I made it have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, which is not too bad considering it was during December when I was working overtime. I only had a couple of days off before Christmas. One day off. Well, Christmas Eve. Yeah, 2 days off before Christmas. And I still managed to get 19, which is pretty good. Pretty good. I am gonna put these off to the side. I'm gonna recycle this now. Tidying my house. All my cream has melted, which is gonna be good in my coffee. I'm gonna enjoy my almond croissant. And I'm gonna tidy my house for visitors because that's what happens. I want to thank Bazaar for putting this out there and being like, hey, let's try and do this. I had grand plans and I knew I wasn't going to manage. I knew I wasn't. I'm going to make grand plans again because I've got lots of, end of year content and 2025 content to make. And in my head, I'm always trying to think of like, oh, I'll do this and I'll do that. And I never get around to them. I never do. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this random and kind of a bit weird vlog of me reading quite a few titles actually. And all SuBLime, which is good. And they were. I had a really good time. I had a great time. They have great selections, don't they? Yeah. Anyway. Thanks so much for watching. This is the final vlog of 2024 and I'm really happy about that. I'm gonna go tidy my house. Thanks for watching. Take care and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!